If you're an Aussie and you're an off-road racing fan, you've definitely heard of the Finke Desert Race. It's just the biggest event on the calendar. And people from right across Australia make the journey to the centre of Australia to Alice Springs for the June long weekend to take part. This race includes dirt bikes, quads, race buggies, anything you like, and now with the new super light class, the side-by-sides can get involved, and it's a great entry level to get into this awesome sport. In this series of videos, we're going to take you through the processes, step by step, in what's involved in racing a side-by-side vehicle at this massive event. And you'll be surprised, it's not that difficult, especially with brands like Can-Am stepping up and helping out the privateers to take part. And because of the way we're set up, we're not actually going to have to go back to the studio to edit each of these videos. We're going to be editing them on the fly as we go. So each day when something happens, we'll be throwing it straight up on the internet so you can check it out. We've asked our mate Michael Guest to come along and help with the videos once we get up to Alice Springs. Guesty raced last year in the Finke, and he's got a lot of experience with the Mavericks and Commanders from racing the Australian Rally Championship as well. So he's going to be great to catch up with. I'm currently just outside Barmer in the Riverland in South Australia, and I'm going to catch up with Toby Waitley. Now Toby won the Finke last year in the side-by-side class in a Maverick XDS Turbo, the good Can-Am machine, and he's racing it again this year. So we're going to see how his preparations are coming along for the big race, which starts in about a week. All right, Toby, Finke's a week away. Of course, you're 100% all ready to go, yeah?
Yep, that's it. We just came off the back of Sunraysia. We had a little bit of prep to go, but yeah, we're getting there. We'll be ready to go, I reckon, pretty soon.
Come on, seriously. Everyone who gets to Finke, you get to a week away and you realise you've got about 3 weeks' work to do. But you're getting there? You're pretty set up?
Yep, we're getting there. We're getting good now.
So you won the Sunraysia 600 this year. You won the Finke last year. What's the differences between the races, mate?
Sunraysia is a lot tighter of a race, even though it's a real long race. Like Finke's a lot more stretched out. It's a big long strip basically, whereas Sunraysia you're doing laps and laps. So I think Sunraysia probably cuts up a lot more than Finke, but Finke's a lot faster flowing.
And Finke's a different type of race, isn't it? The atmosphere is completely different, with everyone camping along the track and sleeping out under the stars.
Yeah, it's an awesome atmosphere when you're going down the track. You just see campers all the way along there cheering you on, and it's great. Good fun.
So do you have to set the car up any differently between the two races?
No, not really. These things here are pretty versatile. They'll go through anything. Basically, I set it up once and that's just how it is. It's good for everything. So
you haven't done too much to the car. I mean, obviously you've got to have the cams roll cage and all that sort of stuff, but really you haven't had to change it much. You haven't done any engine mods or anything, have you?
No, it's all factory. Factory shocks, factory tyres, factory engine. Everything's just factory. They're just good straight out the box.
And so your dad's racing again this year?
Yeah, he's racing this year, so...
So he was in the non-turbo last year?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had a couple of problems last year, but he's out to get better and better this year. I think he's going to try and be out there for the win, I reckon, so he'll be hard to beat this year.
I think he just wants to beat you, doesn't he?
I think that's what it is. I think it's in the family. It's tough going.
He got pretty close at Sunraysia.
He did. He did very well at Sunraysia.
So your car and your dad's car, are they any different?
Yeah, they are a bit different, I think.
Yours is faster, obviously.
I reckon it is a bit faster, but mine's cleaner, and the looks always get you going faster, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. So what's your tactic? A lot of people say you drive the first day and then race the second. What are you going to do?
Nah, I reckon I want to go pretty hard in prologue and get up the front of the field, and up as far as I can in the field, and we'll go pretty hard both days, and harder the second day if we're back in the field a bit.
It's been pretty wet the last couple of weeks as well, and they've had a bit of rain up there, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not as dusty as last year.
I did hear that. I hope there's no dust there this year, because last year we got stuck in a lot of dust, and I tell you what, I was sick of dust last year, but I reckon this year should be good.
So you actually live out here at Loveday. You and your old man own this place. This is just the perfect place for someone who races side-by-sides, isn't it? You couldn't actually live in a better place than this, could you?
No, not really, no. We've got everything we want here. We've got mud, sand, rocks, everything you need, training and testing suspension and everything like that. It's all here, so it's good.
And so when are you heading off to get to Alice, mate?
Well, we're planning on heading off this Sunday, so we'll get up there nice and early. Thinking about driving the track in the road cars on Tuesday, just to have a bit of a look at it and get a bit nervous, I reckon. So that's what Dad wants to do, so I guess we'll do that and have a gander at it, see what it's like.
But the car's pretty much prepped already. You don't need to run the car until prologue, really, do you?
No, I'm not going to run it. I'm just going to go hard straight in prologue, just get into it and go for it.